And our final example is the compute in the training set. Is this one? Our expected output is the training accuracy is the 100 of 8, and our output is the necessary is 8%, and all of them are code block. In summary, we packages logistic regression problem statement, and the third step is our Unix C2 examples, and this our expected output is the 0.69. Our output is the same of the expected output, and our expected output is the this one minus 0.9. Our output is the same one.
Kanka, kahpe çocuğu ya. Oğlum belki şuna vur lan, şuna vur lan. Oğlum şey vurdu lan, ne o? Vurdu lan birisini. Oğlum vurdu lan.
Two homeworks is all of them, and I will share this.
Tamam, suyu sıkarken bana da vurdu bu.
File for our system, and thank you for everything.
Yok değil mi burada?
Hello everyone, in this video I will explain the main steps logistic regression, including cost calculation, gradient computation, making prediction, and regulations. Let's go through each step in detail, and that's my project. And first of all, in the cost function, in logistic regression, the cost function measures how well the model prediction match the actual data. In the compute cost function, we first calculate z equal to x times w plus b to combine our input features for x with the model parameters w and b. Then we apply the segment function to transform this linear condition into a probability. The segment function ensures that the output value is between 0 and 1, which can be interpreted as a probability. And here's the key part of the code, is this, and this computes the cost, which tell us how far our model's prediction are from the true values. And the second one is the wait a minute. Gradient calculation. Gradient calculation is this one. Is the improve our model parameters W and P. We use gradient distance. The gradient helps us to determine the direction in which to update the parameters to minimize the cost function. In the compute gradients, is this. We calculate the error as the difference between the prediction values h and the actual target values y. Then we compute the gradients w and p. And here is how we calculate the gradients. Is this. Yes, that's our second examples. For third one is the making prediction. Once the model is trained, we can use to make prediction. The predict function applies the learned parameters. Let's see. Yes, this one and this. And once the model is trained, we can use it to make prediction. The predict function applies the learned parameters w and p to new input data. We use the segment function to calculate probabilities. and let's see. And wait a minute. Yes, this one. And we use the segment function to calculate probabilities, and if the probability is greater than or equal to 0.5, we predict 1 and it's positive class. The otherwise is 0, is it's equal to negative class. The relevant part of the code is this one. Yes, this step. And the fourth one is regulations. Regulations help prevent overfitting, and by adding the penalty for large parameter values in the compute cost rack is this one. How can you see? And the compute gradient rack is this one. Function we add the regulations term the model of the cost and gradient. This term scales with the values of the y, w, and the regulation parameters is lambda is this one here. For example, the regulation cost is added like this code block. Yes, this one. And let's run the cell below to check implementation of the compute cost reg function. Regulation cost must equal to be this 0.66, and our output is right now 0.66, and the output is the printed the all test passed. And yeah, for exercise 6, by include this step we can build a more robust model. They generalize better than new data. And for exercise 6, the question said us please complete the compute gradient reg function below to modify the code below. Calculate the following term. That's our formulas. The starter code will add this term, that this one returned from the compute gradient above the get gradient for regulation in the cost function. If you're stuck, you can check out the hint present after the bookend below to help us with implementation. And yes, that's our 6th example, and we can set the function and def complete gradient ranks x, y, w, b, and lambda is equal to be 1. That's our code block, and we are started the code in here, and we add the return code block for this, and run the cell below to check your implementation of the compute gradient reg function. Is our map functions, and expected output is the 0.0713, and our output is the for this code block is 0.0713 is the same of the expected output, and we see the output printed all test passed is the successful code block. And yes, this one is our other outputs, and this the 3.8 example is the evaluating regression logistic regression model, and I will use the predict function that you implement to be able to calculate the H3 of the regression logistic regression model on the training set. Is the compute on training set is the p equal to predicts is this one, and our other code block is the printed function is base, and our expected output is training accuracy is the
Kanka ben kafama sıkacağım şimdi.
60 point.
Kafama sıkacağım ben şimdi. Amına kodumun deliresi ya.